Hello and welcome to Hollow Acres Homestead. My name is Stephanie and today is garden tour day. The sunflowers behind me are starting to open. And this is week 10, I think, of garden tours. It might be week 9, but I think it's week 10. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to Hollow Acres Homestead, and every Saturday is garden tour day. Throughout the week, I will post a variety of different videos. My goal here is to help you learn to garden, show you the progress and the things that I'm doing. I want to share my experience with you so that we can grow together. Let's get started on this week's garden tour. Sunflowers are starting to bloom. I need to come trim off all of these yellowing leaves. I have not fertilized once yet at all this year, so I probably could come through with some sort of fertilizer. So far, things are looking really great though. I love sunflowers. Melons in the front. Looky here. We have a melon growing. And since a lot of these have squash borers in their vines, I say we're doing pretty good. One melon. I'm all right with that. You want to open the door, Emma? So the rain last night washed a whole bunch of sand in here that I'm going to have to get the shovel, unfortunately, and shovel out of here. This is what our pumpkin patch looks like today. We had some pretty intense rains last night, and I can see 2 of my amaranth are broken. Sure is windy today, huh? Yeah.
It's hot and then they perfect.
So half of the garden is shaded and half of it is getting sun right now, so we're going to be going in between different lightings. So it'll take a second for the camera to adjust. But here the amaranth, 2 of these broke last night. See them? Yeah, we had some pretty intense rains. So I'll pull those out later more than likely. They're not going to make it. Oh, we have cucumbers lining the entire fence. I need to retreat with diatomaceous earth I did 2 days ago, but the pigwig beetles are back.
Will you put on the whole bottom?
Only on what needed it. Our melons are starting to come in. We have melons on these sides too. That one doesn't look good. Snap the top right off.
Mom.
Tall sunflowers. We are under the, was supposed to be grape arbor, and doesn't seem to be turning out that way, but this grape arbor that I made, the loofahs that I planted down here are starting to take off. They're getting pretty tall right there. So I'm hopeful for loofahs. And we have a few on this side. Excuse me, Emma. A few on this side. They're starting to grow up too. The grapevine is coming back. I found the deer that was getting into the garden, and it broke a fence down, chopped everything off down at the bottom, and took the sunflowers up here. I was looking at the gate and I was wondering, I thought that was Fuller yesterday. I feel like it was, or the day before. And that's because they got it. They got up here and got my stuff.
Sunny downhill.
Yeah. I don't know how well it's going to dress. There it goes.
Mom.
We'll pan around. Hold on, sweetie. Down here is spaghetti squash. They're not looking so good, but we have two fruits on them. So, hey, I'll take it. These raspberries or blackberries or whatever they are, they're kind of doing their thing a little.
They need to come back out here.
Blueberries are starting to change colors. They're starting to turn red.
So maybe they'll web leave it.
Or they're burning, I don't know. Coming up from the top on this side, 2 plants there, spaghetti squash not doing very well. I had potatoes here, I pulled them all out. I need to replant, but I need to amend the soil first, and I don't have enough compost to do that. These beds here directly in front, those are tomato beds.
Today's a perfect sunny, windy day to fly a kite.
That's what I was thinking too. It's a good kite day. So the back portion of this bed is lined with a variety of different tomatoes. They're starting to put blossoms, get tall, climb up the trellis. I did make these trellises myself. Spent very little money. If you would like to see how I did that, I will put a video in the description and in the card. These are pear trees that I really need to pot up. That does not look good. That's Amaranth though. These are a mix between white wonder cucumber and dark Armenian cucumbers. I won't know which one is which until obviously they start producing. Little cucumbers coming on though.
It's not even night.
I know it's not night. Oh, because the bugs.
Yeah.
Bugs make noise all the time. More cucumbers. I need to trim the bottom, get those yellowing leaves off. Probably not going to be able to focus on that one. It's too bright. Interplanted on this other side of the bed, so the back row are tomatoes, then I have a row of celery, and then there's basil. There's some carrots down there, and I think there might be an eggplant or two, but if it is, it's little. There it is. There's an eggplant. So it's the same thing on the bed right next to it. Back wall of tomatoes. They're starting to set their blossoms.
Did you
Excuse me.
forget about that?
Hang on, excuse me.
I'm going inside.
And then I have a row of celery, and then I need to plant in the front. There is some basil, there's basil there. And a volunteer tomato plant. I did not put that there. More cucumbers. I think this one is definitely the white one. I could be wrong though, you know.
This one's spiky.
Yeah, cucumbers are spiky. And a glorious wall of beans. You picked a bean. Yeah, we need to come pick some more beans. Cook them up for dinner. Ooh, yeah. Oh, a ladybug.
No, that's beetle.
It's a ladybug with no spots. It's not a ladybug, is it?
No. Ladybugs with no spots is not ladybug. Let's see.
Oh, just, okay.
Oh,
It looks like, just leave it alone for now. It's fine, I guess. My point here is all the beans. There's so many beans. I can't even reach some of them. Oh yeah, we've got to get the harvesting basket.
I can go grab it.
Not right now, okay? We're gonna finish doing this right now.
I'm going inside, okay?
Okay, I'll be done in just a little bit. Oh, don't waste the bean. Pick it up, take it with you. There are more beans on this side. These are rattlesnake beans. This one specifically, I want this one to go to seed. So the seeds inside are plumping up. It's getting really large. I will be able to plant these seeds. These are a little too small to pick, but don't they look cool? Oh, you can't even see it. Let me find one lower because of the light. The variation on that isn't very... I mean, they're really cool. They have purple stripes. Okay, here we go. Aren't those awesome looking? Those are like the coolest things ever. These are rattlesnake beans. And in this bed, there's also a back row of tomatoes. There's 2 eggplants, and then I need to plant in this bed. Look how awesome that is. Can't wait for the right side to fill out. Alright, here in this bed. Celery. Can't you tell we like celery? Oh, a volunteer tomato plant. No, I might have put that there on purpose. I don't know. There are a couple of tomato plants, so I probably did that. There's some onions, which I need to come clip back. And then radishes that went to seed. So I need to amend this bed and plant in it. We'll get to this long bed in the back, but that's a row of tomatoes and there's daisies in front. Here in this bed I have a row of tomatoes. I need to build a trellis for this. Everything here I am letting develop its seeds, and then I'm going to pull it and save the seeds. There are 2 peppers in here. And this bed is carrots, and this is celery. Spaghetti squash that died overnight. How about that? I need you to get big and strong for me so that I can eat you. Oh, bummer. Here is more spaghetti squash, or at least it was. Got one little fruit over there. This is the Inground Garden section. We've got to work our way back up, so we're going to come down this way. I will show you where the deer got in. Man, they can't let me have nothing, can they? I wanted to save these seeds for the purple beans, but they took all of them. It's very disheartening when that happens. Okra, what's left of it. The peas I have allowed to go to seed, so I'll come pull those and save the seeds. Let's see over here, Amaranth. Look how pretty. And these stalks are massive. Super massive. Cosmos. Beautiful cosmos. I'm afraid to touch a bee. Okay, that's not a bee. Beautiful cosmo. Zinnias. I think this one is the south of the border. Because zinnias are getting tall. Blooming. I have more amaranth here to plant. This is lemon balm that fell. Back to the peas. Zucchinis, all of them sick. All of them. I'm going to come pull them all. Very sad. But there's still time for a whole nother round of zucchini, so we'll do that. All of this was beans. That is no longer. Chamomile. Yeah. There's trash there too. I didn't pick it up. You see that gap right there? There was a fence there. There's no longer. That's where they got in. They ate all the apple trees, huh? At least they're leaving the citrus alone, I guess. The apple trees will grow back. Well, now I guess I can hard prune them. Well, they've already been hard pruned by the deer. Okay, it's a mess down here. I had sweet potatoes growing there. It was knocked out. Let's see. Oh, this is pretty much died, so I will just reuse the soil in the pots. Stinking deer. Everything, except the boxwood. Everything. Alright. Even my maple trees. I don't know if those are going to come back. I only had 2 of those. So these don't look good. These look bad. Oh, that one's coming back though. Oh, hey, hey. But these don't look so good. Those probably won't make it. Great mullein. It's getting very fuzzy. Very fuzzy. Even the sunflowers are coming back a little. I've been very neglectful with my seedlings. I really have. I need to get these peppers put out, like, this week. Here's the greenhouse. Ooh, go away, bee. I am going to be, look, you see that bubble right there? Right there. All that water. That's how much it rained. Yeah, there's a hole in the back because of how the water sits. I'm moving the greenhouse and replacing the cover. Everything that's in here is weeds or dead, except for those tomatoes, which I should pull out. Okay, just moved the tomatoes out, watered them a little. They're sitting in water. This bay laurel tree has died. I hope it comes back, but I don't think it's going to. Starting to get some more growth on this avocado tree. These tomatoes are looking good though, ready to be planted out. That's mint, peppermint specifically. Oh yay, these celestial. These celestial, we got flamingo and eternity. The eternity look like truffula trees. So I'm gonna get these potted up. I don't want any of those to die. I want all of them. I have spent the last, 2 years or so looking for something so stinking cool that just tickles me. And it's these Celestia eternity flowers. They really do look like little truffula trees, and to have those throughout the garden, and they get 4 feet tall, little truffula trees, but I mean, that's awesome. That's awesome. It is. It is. Okay, where do we go from here? I really need to clean up my mess. So we're at the back long wall now. This section here, once it adjusts, these are Amish paste tomatoes. And then there's different varieties down here. Also in this bed is asparagus and basil. And apparently cucamelons, those wild things. I can't remember what I put here. Maybe it was like old German tomato, black tomato, something like that. I moved a whole bunch of Costoluto Genovese tomatoes. The ones up here, these tall ones, those are Costoluto Genovese. I moved them because I put too many in this bed. And now I can't remember what I put in this bed. We have painted daisies. They have fallen. I'm going to cut them back, but they're just so pretty. Even though the blooms are a little sad, they're still pretty. These tall guys here are the Costoluto Genovese. There are bees everywhere, I'm afraid. So I'm just going to take a little sit for a second. I love coming out here and just admiring the garden. As things are getting bigger and growing more, it is hotter outside, and it does make me not really want to come outside in the heat of the day. But I really do enjoy coming out here. This is a place that I built. I built this garden by myself with my 2 hands and like 5 tools. I saw the vision in specifically figuring out where I wanted to put plants, garden planning, where I was putting things for it to grow, where it can grow to be aesthetically pleasing. And I feel like I am accomplishing that very well. It is very hard to try to convey or explain to somebody the visions in your head for them to understand it in the way that you want them to. I tried for months to explain to my husband how I wanted this garden to look, and he doesn't get it because he cannot foresee what could be, what will be. He just sees what is. And there's, half of the population, if not more, that do that too. Gardening is definitely a form of art. You have to see what you want to do with it. And then, in the heat of the summer, there's your masterpiece. How's that for art? Gardening. Living art. Okay, we'll get back. So this is butternut squash down here. It is starting to be butternutty. Getting some growth on it. The plants don't look so good, but they look better than these, which are also butternut. Got a butternut there too. I think I'm going to plant more butternuts up at the top in the pumpkin patch because I don't think they're getting enough sun down here. This is the herb bed. These are amaranth and dill. There's some mint in there too. I need to plant in here, but there's mint in here. I expected it to get much larger than it did. So I'll be putting more sage and stuff in here. Parsley going to seed. pretty much what all that is. Here I have white sage. There's some dill, cilantro that has gone to seed. And I'm waiting for these little balls, which are the seeds, the cilantro or the coriander. I'm waiting for them to turn brown. When they dry up and everything's brown, then they're ready. That's how you know. This trellis was going pretty strong, and look what the deer got. Ate it right off. In this far bed, pretty much everything that's there is gone to seed. I need to pull everything. Oh, we missed this one. I have tomatoes lining the back wall here. And I need to plant in it. I'm going to put beans here. And I'll be putting other stuff there. I don't know yet. We are in June. If I were to sow more bush beans, which are really cool weather crops, the beans are going to end up tasting bitter. Now the difference between bush beans and pole beans is the pole beans do fine in the heat. A lot of them are heat-loving plants. A lot of bush beans are not. But that also depends on the variety. So yes, I'm sure you could find heat-loving bush beans, but that's not what I have. So we're in this back bed. They're Costoluto Genovese that line it. When I put them here, I made a video about it talking about how I don't expect them to produce any fruit. I just want them to cover the archway because of it being so shaded over here. They'll still grow, but I probably won't get fruit, and I'm fine with that because I have enough tomatoes as it is. All of the lettuce has gone to seed. It is officially bitter. So I'm going to replant, sow some more lettuce seed, and just get better at picking it when it's small. I still want lettuce, so I'm going to keep planting it even though I know it'll bolt pretty quickly. Here's this dinosaur kale. I'm getting better with the pest. I had pulled off a lot of these leaves. Not those. But they look like grasshopper holes, though. They're just so large. This dinosaur kale is producing the seed pods. When they dry and turn brown, then I will have viable seeds. Oh, this one has less pests. Okay, I want some dinosaur kale. I'm going to grow more dinosaur kale. I am going to plant some more lettuce, dinosaur kale, and spinach. I'll be pulling up all the lettuce because it's all nasty. And then these carrots, we planted them back in like December or something. And they're just not growing very well. Here, I'll pull one. See, I mean, that's a cute little carrot, but I wanted big carrots. Okay, I have to take this inside because I picked it. So pretty much just bed everything over here. Planted from last season. It's going to seed now and it needs to be replaced. This is the very front bed. Most of this is shaded, but it lines this way. I have snapdragons here. I can't remember the variety. And then interplanted are wildflowers, daisies. I forget what this is called. Big tree stump, random chair under the tree stump. So that's been there a while and isn't moving. I wanted to grow mushrooms on this. The vines took over so quickly, and mushroom spores are way more expensive than I realized that they were. So that's not something I was doing this year. We'll just have to plan for that. I will grow mushrooms one day. I know that I will. But it's not going to be today. But I want to go foraging. I think that'll be fun. I keep stopping to look at these spaghetti squash because I really want the spaghetti squash. Now, I cannot remember if we saw these zucchini. I feel like we didn't, though. So, epic zucchini patch. I have 2 very large green zucchinis down there growing. All the rest of this does not look good. I need to come prune heavily and probably pull up some plants. So this will be replanted soon. But basically, I want to save at least 1 gold and 1 green zucchini, let it get as big as I can, mature those seeds as much as possible so that I have viable seeds to replant. Now, I have been gardening for a few years, and ever since I started gardening, I've always saved my seeds. I am, however, getting more specific about the type of seeds that I'm saving. So I'm not going to save seeds for something that I don't particularly like a store-bought tomato. I don't like store-bought tomatoes. They're not good. But all the homegrown tomatoes, I save the seeds, whether it's going to be specifically that I grow or not, because a lot of heirloom plants are open pollinated. A lot of plants are open pollinated, so there's a chance that they could cross, creating a hybrid. That doesn't mean that it's poisonous or anything. It's just a hybrid. Two things mixed together and you got something different. Hybrids don't bother me. I do plant my stuff so close anyway that there's always chance for cross-pollination. My point is, though, that saving your seeds, it's with intent. That's what I'm doing. I'm saving my seeds with intent. Saving your seeds is an important part of homesteading and gardening. I'm going to be having a few videos coming out soon talking about the importance of gardening and saving seeds and homesteading and all of that stuff. I don't really want to put that in this video because that's not what this is about. This is about the lovely garden tour and the progress this week. Well, that is all that I have. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm so glad that you stopped by. Please hit the like button if you like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to Hollow Acres Homestead. We'll see you next time.